The 10 most trending comic books in the world. And there's a book on this list from the 90s that I predict that everyone's going to be adding to their hunt list. Buckle up. Let's talk about number 10 on the list with Omega Men issue number 3, the first appearance of Lobo. We're seeing $100 high average sales. Someone picked up a 9.8 for $300, but the high sale this month was $400. Hasn't been much updates on Jason Momoa's portrayal as Lobo, but we know the last Zarnian is coming. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow next year. Well, we did see Millie Alcock in the Superman movie, and I think it was received very well. I actually was kind of surprised by the appearance. I knew going into it we were going to see Supergirl, but I was so invested in the movie that I forgot that that was a guarantee. So when she actually hit the screen, it got me really excited, and I think it got a lot of other people excited because they're buying this book in mass, an increase of 120% in copies sold just in 7 days. And Jason Momoa, after the debut of Superman the movie, had this to say over on Instagram. Look out, Bastich. I mean, this right here is him going full Lobo, using the verbiage that the character's going to be using in the movie, just kind of stewing the hype. But I think the real tell that this book is prime on spec radar right now is that we haven't chatted about this key in 2 months. Since then, there's been an increase of 59 9.8s that have been added to the census. That is one new 9.8 a day.
Another book that is blazing hot but has been off spec radar for quite some time is coming in at number 9 this week. Conan the Barbarian, number 23, the first appearance of Red Sonja. With the dropping of the new trailer, a lot of people are really, really excited for this book.
What do you think about the trailer, man? Because I'm getting some CW vibes, but I love Conan and Red Sonja that I don't really care. I don't know what to make of it.
I was really excited to see the guy from Umbrella Academy in there, but honestly, it looks a little too slick and polished. You know, it may be something more for high-def television, not necessarily something that looks like it's a film. But that being said, I really liked John Carter, Warlord of Mars. I really liked the Jason Momoa, Conan the Barbarian. And really, I think that there is a target demographic for it. So even if the critics pan it, and even if it's not very good, people are going to watch it. People are going to pay to be there.
An increase of 250% in copies sold, 345 high averages, 1,700 for a 9.8. That's the lowest it's sold all year.
So the all-time high of this book was just over $5,000 at a Heritage auction back in 2021. In the 2-year span, it went from 50 copies at a 9.8 to 95 copies at a 9.8. 45 more copies. Twice as many means it's more readily available, and realistically, prices come down drastically.
Download Key Collector Comics. Did you see the price guide update?
I think the price guide update's really cool. It's nice to be able to see a little bit farther back and what it is in a graded and a raw copy.
Yeah, you can actually see the 90-day high averages. You can also see the just straight up 30-day high average if it exists. I mean, this right here is one of the biggest Key Collector updates we've seen, but also one of the biggest like price guide updates we've seen since we've started the channel. Use code TOM101 to unlock a free 2-week subscription of the app. You support the show, but you need Key Collector Comics. It's going to make your comic hunt so much better. It's going to save you money and pay for itself. Number 8 on the list, XMen Age of Revelation. Issue number 0. This was a secret variant that was sent out by Penguin. Did you get a copy?
I did not get a copy of this one.
Oh, I did. And it was polybagged, and I can't believe it, but it looked fantastic. And this right here is a Mark Silvestri homage from X-Men 251. But instead of just Wolverine, we have multiple mutants on the cover. And this is a big moment in comic history because this year in October, there is an event that's taken place that's like a pretty aggressive mutant play that I haven't seen Marvel make in quite some time. But this like secret variant is hitting $20 high average sales, but we're seeing them sell consistently between $40 and $50 raw.
Number 7 on the list, Fantastic Four First Steps, number 1. This is a book that is the first depiction of the movie team for the brand new one. You can actually see Pedro Pascal on the cover as Mr. Fantastic. This is really cool. $5 average sales, 257% increase in copies sold. This stuff is still selling for about cover price, but there's a lot of interest right now.
Did you see the Mole Man reveal over this last week? It looks pretty cool.
I actually think that the comic book may have forced their hand. They might have been wanting to keep Mole Man under wraps, but since Mole Man is prominently featured in this comic book, the movie people had to kind of release it a little bit early. It's a good look, and I'm excited for the movie.
Paul Walter Hauser as Mole Man. He looks like Mole Man. And I think a lot of these villains from the Silver Age, they're kind of silly looking, but it's kind of in theme for this world that they're introducing us to.
The news that disappointed me the most this week was that John Malkovich's Red Ghost wasn't making the final cut, but you know what that means. When you stream it at home, I really hope they put some of those outtakes and extra scenes because he's a fun one.
Which brings us to number 6 on the list with Kevin McGuire's Justice League International issue number 1, $12 average sales. I found a 9.8 go for $125. That happened this month in July. An increase of copies sold of 275%. Wow. On one hand, you have one of the greatest Justice League stories of all time. You know, the whole Omni is something that everyone should have on their bookshelf. I'm hoping to get my copy signed by Kevin over this next year. And I think a lot of attention is, like, rightfully so, been focused on this run. You know, Guy Gardner really becomes a fan favorite because of the work done in this story. But then on the other side, you have the first appearance of Maxwell Lord, portrayed by Sean Gunn, debuting in the Superman movie. So the spec is real. The comic deserves the respect, and it's getting that increase of 275% justifiably.
Number 5 on the list shows you can't keep a good bat down. Absolute Batman number 1. $30 average sales and really strong sales for $120 for CGC 9.8. This kickoff issue introduced the new Bruce Wayne and a whole bunch of his other good guys and bad guys to the Absolute universe. And as we keep on going, every subsequent issue is adding more and more to this. There's a lot of interest right now, causing a 112% increase in copies sold because new solicitations for issue 13 is coming out soon, and we will be seeing the Absolute Catwoman in her new costume. This is causing a lot of interest. A few weeks ago, we were talking about Absolute Bane. This is a series that if you're not reading, don't miss it. Start picking it up. And a new graphic novel will be coming out very soon, so you can catch up even if you can't find the single issues.
It looks like there's an advanced copy of the graphic novel that was sent out. So I think there's a lot of hype on being able to actually read the story all at once in like one sitting. But that advanced copy was shipped out with a like not for resale sticker on it and landed on the trending 20. So another reason to make sure you're following Key Collector Comics, because there's other books on this list that we don't chat about. Moving on to number 4. This was the book that I was kind of alluding to at the start of this video. Captain Planet and the Planeteers number 1. First appearance of Captain Planet. Bear with me. $10 average sales. A 9.4 in June hit $146. Now, Netflix, with the help of Leonardo DiCaprio's production company, are bringing Captain Planet to a live action adaptation. We've heard some rumors about this in the past, but it seems like it's happening. But take a look at the census count. 9 copies exist in 9.8. 26 copies exist in a 9.6. This book came out in 1991. It doesn't really make sense that there's not more of these on the census unless no one cared about this book. I can't imagine it being that tough in high grade.
The print run is going to be huge. It is a really tough book in high grade. I get these all the time, and yeah, they were read and handled poorly by children. There's some black and some white on the cover. The paper quality is not fantastic.
But do you think it's like, I mean, dude, 9 copies tough in high grade? Like, how much of it is condition and how much of it, percentage-wise, is people just didn't care?
I really think the paper quality is so low on this that most of these books on average are 9.2 to 9.4. Getting a 9.8 on this is increasingly difficult. It's just not a book that you're going to find in high grade that often. There's probably some apathy involved. Most likely there aren't that many people that just decided to get it graded, but we've had so many times that there was a new Captain Planet coming. We just had Captain Planet released by Dynamite. People should really be thinking more about this book.
Yeah, actually, I would be keeping an eye out on that Mark Spears issue number 1 cover because we hadn't seen Captain Planet back in the pages of comic books since this run on the list from 1991. So it happenstance that Captain Planet is now being distributed through Dynamite, like published through Dynamite? I don't think so. What I will say is, regardless of how tough it is to get this book in a 9.8, if you do, Heights were near $800 back in 2023, and that was before we got Netflix option status. A 9.4 hitting $150. I mean, when the book can be purchased for $10 or less, get to hunting is all I'm saying. If you enjoyed the show, we've been doing it every single week for over 7 years straight. well, we don't have a Patreon. We don't have any type of like exclusive content where we charge you for it. No, we just give all the content out for free. If you like the interviews I've done with like Todd McFarlane, J. Scott Campbell, John Boy Myers, Johnny Desjardins, the best way to support the show directly is to give us an excuse to send you comics every single month. ComicTom.com. We pack a box with 4 to 5 comics, some guarantees, and one guarantee in our August box, which is open for enrollment right now, is a Fantastic Four #1 trade dress, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, Victor Von Doom by John Boy Myers. Under 300 boxes left for grabs, so time is now to join. And Russ, hit him with number 3.
Number 3 on the list, we have a book that nobody was specking on, Superman 330 from 1978. $30 average sales, and we're not even going to report a high sale because this book, it didn't necessarily come out of nowhere, but I think a lot of people were kind of surprised that in the movie, they really did explain why so many people can't tell the difference between Clark Kent and Superman.
Yeah, courtesy of Guy Gardner and also James Gunn. Like, we're talking weeks before the movie was released, he was in an interview talking about how Tom King, the writer, was chatting with him about the conundrum. Like, how do you make Clark Kent look different enough from Superman that people wouldn't be able to tell that they're the same person? And Tom King informed James Gunn, like, oh, it's the hypno glasses. So Tom King knows his Superman lore. The hypno glasses contain glass shards from the rocket that brought Kal-El to Earth. It's like Kryptonian glass to amplify the hypnosis magnification.
It's incredible how many pieces, things, and parts came off of this rocket and his baby swaddles, his cape. I mean, a lot of this, it came from Krypton, so we might as well use it. And yeah, they help power his super hypno glasses so he can subconsciously hypnotize people and not realizing he's Clark Kent. But it's in the movie.
I think it's pretty cool, dude. I think this is a fun key book. This is like one of those ones where it's like, if it wasn't for the movie and if it wasn't for something silly and comic collectors vibing with it, this would be a dollar bin book. And now we don't even know what it's going to be because there are a total of 26 copies on the census. I imagine there's more that's going to be coming.
From the glasses to a little bit more than a cameo, number 2 at the list, this was a character that had everyone talking.
Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, issue number 1. We're seeing $30 average sales, $189 for a recent CGC 9.8. Believe it or not, back in 2021, like this is the last time we had a book that is a Supergirl key that's spiked. You can pull up Key Collector and scroll down. This is the last most relevant key book. And if you can't afford Action Comics 252, which is a horrendously expensive book and difficult in any grade, this one is going to be the Supergirl book to hunt for if you're excited about Millie Alcock's portrayal from Superman and the movie she's going to be starring in just over a year. We have an increase of copies sold of 358% after she appeared in the Superman movie. And clearly, if you enjoy crypto, we got more crypto coming because that dog is her dog. Hit that like, slap the subscribe button. Let's talk about the #1 most trending book in the world. And there are 2 copies graded on the census. That's it. This book came out last year in 2024.
X-Men Heir to the Apocalypse, number 4, $4 average sale book from last year. We're not even reporting high sales on this because nobody was really working about specking on it. Because really, did you think that Cypher as the heir to Apocalypse was going to be a key that anyone was talking about? Not really, but a 650% increase in copies sold this week.
Well, it's been 30 years since Age of Apocalypse, and this October, Marvel's kind of paying tribute to that by doing some time travel shenanigans. Whatever's going on in comics right now with mutants, they're going to fast forward 10 years to see the consequences of these narratives. And in 10 years, Cypher, the heir of Apocalypse, has created a rather mutated Earth into a utopia, a mutopia, if you would. And we are seeing, is this right? 16 different titles drop in the same week to kick off this event.
When Age of Apocalypse came out, there were so many one-shots and it crossed over all of the Marvel universe and it was massive. I know everyone was picking up all of these books. I'm still getting collections in where people purchased every single one of them 30 years ago. So I think there's a good track history of people wanted to grab every single one of these books.
All right, well, we have a ton of books on this slate. We're not even going to reference them all. We'll put the picture up. But are you going to be picking up all of these books? Are you going to be catching up on your mutant stuff? Because there was a lot of big push for mutants this year. But I think the hype wasn't where Marvel was expecting, rather hoping it to be. I'm curious if you are reading any mutant comics. Let me know in the comment section below. And of course, as always,
Geek responsibly.
Enough said. And that's the end of the video. Russ, who are our giveaway winners from last week? We did a Secret Wars 1 as well as a Justice League #1.
All right, so the Secret Wars #1 winner is Victor Mendez, and we also have a winner of the Justice League #1. If your phone number ends in 5858, go check your text messages. You may already have won.
ComicTom.com. Join the SMS group. The text message group is where we source all of our giveaways. Don't forget, we have the cul-de-sac stake through comic graded by CGC that we're giving away later this month. You put your phone number in, you're in for that. But next week, we'll announce this Superman 680 Alex Ross crypto cover as a giveaway. So multiple reasons to get in. I'll see you in San Diego. Come look for me in the comics section. I'll be hunting.